In Iconium, they entered the Jewish synagogue, as usual, and spoke in such a way that a great number of both Jews and Greeks believed. But the unbelieving Jews stirred up the Gentiles and poisoned their minds against the brothers. So they stayed there for a long time and spoke boldly for the Lord, who testified to the message of his grace by enabling them to do signs and wonders. But the people of the city were divided, some siding with the Jews and other with the apostles. When an attempt was made by both the Gentiles and the Jews with their rulers to mistreat and stone them, they found out about it and fled to the Lycaonian towns of Lystra and Derbe and to the surrounding countryside. There they continued to preach the gospel. Two things to notice there. We often hear about the stonings of Paul and the apostles, and we know that martyrdom is dying for our proclamation of the Lord Jesus Christ. That is a high honor. But if you'll notice here, when they found out that they were about to get stoned, they packed their bags and headed up the street. They didn't stick around for the stoning. It wasn't as if they're like, oh good, we get to go get stoned. That wasn't plan A for Paul. Verse 5 through 7, it says, when an attempt was made by both the Gentiles and the Jews with their rulers to mistreat and stone them, they found out about it and fled to the Lycaonian towns of Lystra and Derbe and to the surrounding countryside. So that's the first thing to notice. The second thing to notice, though, is verse 7 goes on to say that they didn't stop preaching the gospel. There, where Lycaonian towns of Lystra and Derbe, there they continued preaching the gospel. By the time these Jews are going to catch up with them later on, it's about 100 miles up the street down the road. Okay, so they got going while the going was good, but they continued to preach the gospel. So what that tells me is it's not like it's an either or, it's a both and. We value life. We love life. We cherish it. We protect it. But the mission is a priority. The mission of taking the gospel to those who need it. And so we value that, and we prioritize that, and we partake in that. It's not either or. It's both and.